So that was a small glimpse about the industry. Yes, it is an industry made of people and for people. So before I keep continue talking, I'm sure our audience would be much excited to listen to our speakers. So let me introduce our first speaker. And whenever I talk about my first speaker, I definitely get a little bit emotional because we share a long relationship bond of 23 years. She has been my teacher, she has been my mentor, she has been my boss, my employer, and of course, my principal. So, a great academic leader with a fantastic vision for the future growth of industry and for industry, I must say, because Dr. Professor Sonali Zado, who is a Dean of AISSMS CHMCT India, she's not only a fantastic principal, but her vision about the whole academic is completely fantastic. And she brings a lot of difference to education system because she definitely is a PhD in management. She is a guide and a faculty for hotel management and human resources. Ma'am is also a member of board of studies for hotel management and hospitality studies for Savitribai Phule Pune University. Also, Sonali ma'am is member of academic council for Dr. D.Y. Patil Education Society and Kolhapur. This is a small, brief introduction about ma'am because I can definitely talk a lot about ma'am, and but we will be more than happy to hear from ma'am. So, ma'am, over to you, please. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dhananjay. I must first start with congratulating you uh, for starting this new school and wishing you all the very best.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
I have a lot of faith in you. And for those who have joined, he has always been a star teacher at our institute, very popular with our students. And I'm sure he's going to bring all of that to the school that he has started for a career in hospitality. So, congratulations to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
And a very happy Diwali to all of you. It is for those who are from India. I think it's midnight. Very brave of you to be logging on and listening to this webinar. And while I'm talking, if you hear some firecrackers, it's just Diwali time, so that people bursting crackers. So we'll have to ignore that part. So now coming to the hospitality industry, Dhananjay asked me to speak about hospitality industry in the times of the pandemic. But just to give you a little brief about this industry, uh, this is the third largest industry in the world. And one in every 10 employees in the world is from the hospitality sector, be it tourism, be it the hotel industry, cruise lines, or wherever. And with that kind of enormous base to have the industry worldwide, globally, the pandemic has hit the industry very badly, no doubt about it. But I also feel that this industry will bounce back because we are at a stage where the globe is getting smaller, people are traveling more. The recreation is not about playing with your neighborhood kids, it's about traveling the world and seeing new places and staying in hotels. And that I think is not going to change. It might be a break that people will go through, but eventually it will all come back. So I have a few statistics here with me. I was just reading, and then there was a research paper that was done, and it said that the Hilton hotels have opened 60 new hotels around the world in the second quarter of this year, and the Marriott has debuted 163 properties in this year itself, which include four Ritz Carlton since the starting of the year. Now, these statistics don't necessarily mean that people are supremely optimistic and they are not bothered about the pandemic. Of course, when you want to start a hotel like the Ritz Carlton or the Hilton, It takes a lot of planning. You have to get the hotel ready. There are budgets, there are operational costs that are involved. And I'm sure that they have worked over the past couple of years to get to a stage where they are ready to open a hotel. So, was it a good idea to open a hotel during the pandemic? Between keeping it shut and postponing the operations and thereby incurring costs vis-a-vis opening the properties, I think it's a no-brainer. If your hotel is ready, you can't just have it shut down, and so they went right ahead and they opened it. But it also talks about optimism, that this is a bad time to start this business anew, but at some point uh, we are all going to kind of go back and recover from what we are doing. So a lot of heard a lot of CEOs of various hotel chains, and they have been saying that the business is going to be hit very badly till 2021, but there will be a steady recovery, and we will be back to normal by the year 2024. So by the time you finish your studies, the business will be in a position where it will want more and more people like you, and you will be able to be in a spot where you can make the most of the opportunities that you have. Even now at this stage, I kind of feel that even if you do a short course in hotel management, what has happened is people have, because of the pandemic, they've gone back to their local areas. In India, that has happened a lot. So people, immigrants have gone back to their native places, and so suddenly, even in a city like Pune, which has all the top brands of hotels, they are short on human resources, and they have been calling our schools to ask whether we will be able to provide them with students who would be keen on joining them. That's one aspect of it. But the second aspect is also that the way of doing business now probably is changed forever. This pandemic will last till a vaccine is found, or till we realize that the second phase wasn't as fatal as the first one, or that we have decided to live with it and go on about our business and live with the pandemic. So, in a situation like this, the way of doing business for the hotels has definitely changed. How has it changed? People have started looking for local supply chains rather than global supply chains. So you're looking at local produce, you're looking at local manufacturing, whether it is your bed linen, whether it is the raw material for your kitchens, whether it is the glassware. So as far as possible, people are looking at local supply chains. They have also started reviewing their fixed costs. The costs have definitely gone up because you have put so many kind of stage gate processes in the system, because you have to maintain a certain safety angle, the hygiene angle. You have to sanitize the hotel so many times before the guest checks in. There has to be minimum contact, so a lot of technology needs to come in. So, in a situation like this, the fixed costs need to be looked at again once more. And of course, there is a 20 or 30 step protocol that the hotels will now follow and will explain to the guest from the time that he comes inside the hotel till he goes to the room, what are the various stages where he's going to be safely escorted. Since as soon as he steps inside the hotel, in his room, what are the things that have been done to sanitize the room and make it as safe for him as much as possible? What are the things that they're doing different in the restaurants to ensure that the food that is served to him is not and the employees that are serving him are safe. So the thermal checks, the temperature checks, the oxygen level checks, whatever needs to be done is all being done to ensure that the that the customer has this feeling of being safe and confident in staying in that hotel. So this is the new normal that we have to live with, and that is something that all of us are learning all over again. But there are many, many ways in which things have changed. I think I was reading that there were 200 hotels in the UK who provided almost 20,000 beds to the healthcare workers. Even in India, quite a few hotels were given to the healthcare workers, where the doctors were staying, and they were completely changed into uh, kind of a boarding place for the doctors, for the nurses, or for people who were traveling and coming as quarantine centers. So suddenly the business changed in a way that at a time where the business was zero, you were grappling with your fixed costs. The hotel industry has come out to help the mankind, and I think that is the key to what is going to happen in the future. Despite all the odds, the hoteliers have put their losses on the back burner and come forward to help the frontline workers, to help the mankind, and doing their best to make sure that they can put their little bit despite the losses that they have. So this is the secret. This shows the integrity, this shows the toughness of the hoteliers, and I feel very confident that once the pandemic subsides, this is what is going to make them jump back and get everything working all over again. But this pandemic has also created a lot of new opportunities and new ways of doing business. So we have these startups, a lot of startups and online businesses have come forward. Of course, takeaways are becoming more and more popular. Sit down restaurants are just doing a lot of takeaways. But apart from that, one realizes that people are cooking at home more often. So, does the restaurant suffer? In certain ways, it definitely does. But in other ways, what happens is that there have been startups where people make a kit of the entire menu that you would eat in a restaurant, and you take the kit. The kit is delivered to your house. It has ready-made sauces. It has ready-made curry pastes, and it has guidelines and videos on how to go about doing the menu. And looking at it, you can cook the menu at home. So this is a new opportunity that you have. This is a different way of doing the same business that you were doing. And a lot of restaurants are now doing that. And people just love uh, doing these small little things and putting things on their social media with the videos and with the pictures. And this is getting more and more popular. Then there are staycations that are coming up. I've heard there are a lot of staycations in the US, but even in Pune, we have hotels offering special rates for the citizens of that city, so that they can come, and it's a change for them, that from a home you shift to a hotel for a couple of days, and this stay is offered to you at a very good rate, where you stay, enjoy being in the hotel room, go down to the restaurant for your lunches or your dinners, stay there for 2 3 days and come back home. This is especially useful for people to get that feel that I'm not just lonely staying in my own house and feeling low, but a different way of socializing, I suppose, that a couple of friends getting together and going to the hotel and staying there as a staycation. Of course, there are other ways in which people are doing businesses. So they are giving out their hotels, like especially the service apartments, maybe a two or three bedroom apartments, like a home away from home. So it could be in some beach like place, say like Goa, where anyways people are staying at home and working from home. So instead of working from home here in their own city, they go to a place like Goa and they stay in these apartments which are well equipped, and it is a change for them to go and stay there for maybe a month, for maybe 10 days or whatever, and they work from there, take their entire family, go with their pets and things like that. So I feel there are multiple ways in which you can do business, and there are multiple opportunities. Like you would have in a manufacturing industry, whether it is the automobiles or any other industry, where you're doing just one product. The hospitality industry opens several avenues for you, and this is one of the industries that's never going to get uh, never going to make you sit at home. You will always have something. You either have a job, or you have a business opportunity, or you have a business idea, and if you work hard and if you're sincere, you will make it happen. And I feel now is the best time for you to do it, to get into the industry, for the simple reason that you'll be right there at the doorstep when the industry starts picking up. And I always do believe if you are there at the right place at the right time with the right attitude, you will always jump higher steps of the ladder and make the most of it. So with this, I would like to take, if there are any questions anybody wants to ask, I would be happy to answer them. I don't know if this was too short a talk, Dhananjay.
No, I must
Or
say that you have expressed so many great nuggets that all the audience can take away with them for after this webinar today. I really liked your thought about being opportunist in this, especially in this situation. As I said, the situation is not great, but if you look at it as as a positive person and as an opportunist, definitely there's a long way we can go ahead with this situation as well. So yeah, and of course, especially for ma'am, considering the time difference and everything, I'll be very happy if any of the audience have any questions for Dr. Sonali. Please go ahead and ask the question.
yeah, I think. All right.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. And you come up with this such a great academic background, 30 plus years experience in academic industry. And when you say that this is a great opportunity for you to enter in the industry, that means a lot. And I'm sure our audience will take away good thoughts with them after this webinar, and will bring a lot of positivity in their career future. And I wish you a very thank you so much for this time, and wish you a very happy
Thank
Diwali
you.
once again. And
Thank
yeah,
you.
have a wonderful evening.
Thank you so much. I would have liked to listen to the other speakers, but I think maybe you can send a recorded.
Certainly. Yeah,
Uh,
I'll be happy as long as you would like to stay with us. We'll be happy. And when it's time for you to say bye, you can just take a leave. Yeah,
okay.
appreciate
All
that.
right. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
On this note, I must introduce our second speaker. And what can I say about our second speaker, Mr. Alan Turner, Director of Business Development Manager, Vescana, Canada. Fantastic leader, a trainer, and more than that, a great friend. And I'm with Alan for last 2.5 years, and since I've joined under his team, I have been learning a lot from Alan. And as I said, he's a great trainer and educator. He loves his team, he loves what he's doing, and he loves his customer. That's his residents and the clients. So the person who has got 32 plus years experience in hospitality industry with backup of a great academic background, I'm sure we all are excited to hear from Alan. So I want to introduce Alan Turner, the Director of Business Development Manager from Vescana, Canada. Alan, Over to you, please.
Thank you, DJ. I'm very excited to be here today and honored to get to speak to everybody. Thanks for taking the time out of your busy day today, folks, to listen in on a little bit. I mean, I can't speak enough about the hospitality industry and the need for people to embrace it, as well as the passion you need to have for the hospitality industry. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm passionate about the people that come in that have passion about it and have been working on honing their skills. And this is a great opportunity and a great time now to really go and refine your skills and hone your skills and get some more education and background, because the hospitality industry is going to open wide up again soon, very soon. As was previously mentioned, local travel, that's big. I still see hotels that have lots of cars in their parking lot right now. You know, and they're from local people taking local vacations. There are still many, many job opportunities out there for the hospitality folks, from every stage, to be in the back of the house chef, to be in the host, to the server, to the room attendant. There's plenty of opportunity. We're in a whole new world of infection control in the hospitality world now, as we are everywhere. And having that calming influence on people that most people get trained in hospitality on, how to keep people calm and not pointing out what they're doing, but doing it sort of subtly in the background instead of hurrying in front of them, trying to disinfect something that they may have thought wasn't clean versus calmly doing it. This is really the time to, you know, to look at some getting some schooling, to really talk about. And the hospitality world, there's more things than hotels, more things than restaurants. The field I'm currently in senior living, that is a great opportunity for hospitality. You know, residents move in to live in their final home, from independent living, which are really like high-end resorts, if you think about it that way, an all-exclusive holiday. So every aspect of that, from maintenance to housekeeping, everybody needs to be trained in customer service skills, how to greet people, make eye contact when they walk down the halls, all of those things that go on, and knowing their customer. That is going to be the big difference today in places being more successful, are their staff knowing their customer and their customer needs, and how to help them through whatever needs they have at the time. And there'll be many of them. From when was my room disinfected? How safe is it to go over in this area of town? You know, from a pandemic, where are the hot spots? There'll be all kinds of needs to be telling their folks. I don't want to dwell on and keep going back to the part that this is the best time to get more education when we're in a downturn. And it'll be the best possible time. But I do want to reiterate that the opportunity to do that is now, and the need is great. There are many openings still in the hospitality field. It's not dying off by any stretch. It's going to be a robust again, and lots of need for people. My talk is very short today, but I'm here for questions after, and I'm going to pass it over to Rue and thank everybody again for being here today.
Thank you so much, Alan. That was really great. And yeah, thank you for throwing some more light on the hospitality industry. And because I believe you come from the retirement home, so that because the senior living sector of industry, the most important part you mentioned to all of us is that this is the industry which is 365 days, 24/7 operation. And no matter whether we are in a pandemic situation or it's a normal day-to-day life, this industry still goes on. and we still require skilled people to work in this industry. And then thank you for sharing the changes that are happening in the industry at this point. I understand the safety of staff and the customers is very important at this point. And for that reason, what you mentioned is that the new SOPs are coming up, the new procedure have been introduced, which makes the safety as a top priority for everybody. That's really nice. Thank you so much, Alan. Really appreciate sharing your experience and your knowledge with all of us. Really appreciate that.
No
So
problem.
moving on, I would like to introduce to our third speaker. My very good friend, Mr. Thiru Bude. We started our journey together in Canada. So, and when I look back at the time when we started together in the same company, Compass Group Canada, Thiru started as a coffee maker in Tim Hortons. And today, I must say very proudly that after 4.5 years, he is working as a facility manager for Marquee Hospitality Compass Group Canada. This journey is very inspiring. It's the way he works, the kind of dedication and hard work and determination he brings to the industry is amazing. And I get inspired by him for sure. Means very few people I've seen with so much of dedication towards their work. He enjoys what he is doing. And because of that, he is one of the most favorite manager at his workplace as well. That makes me feel happy that he is doing really great and he has still got a lot more to bring to this industry. So I must introduce all of you, my great friend, my very nice friend, Mr. Thiru Bude, a facility manager at Compass Group Canada. Thiru, over to you, please.
Thank you, DJ. That was so nice words of you. Thank you so much. And first of all, I would take this opportunity to wish you everybody a happy Diwali. I know it's the Diwali time and everybody is preparing the Diwali kind of stuff. So thank you for taking your time and coming to the webinar. And thank you, DJ, for inviting me for this webinar. First of all, I would really thank how Sonali ma'am was describing the statistics and how the scope is very high in hospitality industry in 2021. So which is really great. And coming to hospitality industry, it is, as she said, this is the third biggest industry in the world. So that means it has so much of opportunities in there. And as a facility manager, I have my experiences during pandemic as well. So I would like to share a quick thoughts, what I have been through during this time and what are the challenges that I faced during that time. So on that note, I would like to share a quick, a small presentation as well. Just bear with me. Hopefully everybody can see the presentation right now. So housekeeping, I think it is one of the major department in hospitality industry because it focuses on cleanliness and promotes a healthy environment for customers. As a facility manager, I deal with housekeeping, maintenance, and linen services. And sometimes I jump into food service also. So that means it covers the complete hospitality sectors. And the reason why I'm emphasizing about housekeeping because it is one of the best sector in hospitality because it makes your experience more enjoyable one. Say, for example, you go to any hotel, you go to any restaurant, you appreciate the cleanliness of the hotel, you appreciate the bed making style of any hotel, right? So that makes them, you feel so enjoyable, like your stay or your presence make it more real and more enjoyable one. And I would say it is one of the key division in almost all businesses. You name it, they have housekeeping team in each and every business, because at the end of the day, cleanliness matters, right? So wherever we go, we want to be safe, and we want to spend time in a clean and safe environment. So that makes housekeeping more important, and it is one of the support services in care homes, in long-term cares, in assisted living, and now hospitals, especially at this time, housekeeping is a major role. During COVID-19, I did have a lot of challenges during COVID-19, especially when it started back in March. We have a real challenge to meet the client expectations, and there is so much of restricted life. Like we have seen the community lockdowns and social distancing, stay-at-home orders, mobility restrictions. There are so many restaurants and other hospitality businesses shut down at that time, but especially hospitality industry. As a facility manager, when I was trying to hire staff, I did have a lot of challenges during that time, and to bring a confidence in the staff and boosting energy in the current staff who were working was the hardest part. And the most hardest part is that to find the right people with the right skill. I did had so much of interviews went through during pandemic, and I could not hire proper staff because they don't have the basic skills to be part of the industry. So as a manager, I look into a basic skills like a right attitude to serve the customer, right attitude to build a relationship with other members. So this kind of attitude need to have, and we need to have basic skills to get into the industry, right? So I did had some challenges during that time, but I'm sure after COVID-19, the things are going to be certainly different for sure. The reopening process was already begun, and you are some of the restaurants are already open, and they're setting up with the new business styles, new stable setups, new social distancing protocols, and all those. So I would say there was a simple saying that the more you hit the ball, the I mean to say, the more you hit the ball to the ground, the higher it bounces back. Just like that. In the same way, this pandemic has changed the schematics of the hospitality industry, and demand of the skilled employees have raised higher than ever. I would say that the primary focus of any business right now is their safety of their people and their customers. And there are substantial changes in operations and maintaining an environment in order to ensure employees and customers in a healthy and safest environment. And there are so many changes in SOPs, also standard of procedures, like how we clean a room, like how Alan mentioned just now. The customers, like in a long-term care, the resident always feel that the how my room was clean, is it safe for me to stay or not, right? So these kind of things makes to change the protocols, to change the procedure of housekeeping, the way they do the cleaning, the way that they maintain the sites. So this is really important now because of this COVID. It completely changed into a new procedure, and at this time, employers like just like me and some other in the industry, we are looking for the right talent like never before. As one of the employers, I look for the skills or the basic knowledge of the hospitality industry with the right customers service attitude to hire a candidate. We need to have a right attitude to learn new things. That is more important. Without right attitude, doesn't matter even you have skills, you cannot move ahead. That is really, really important. And the way the hiring was also changed, the hiring process is also changed. And there are so many new questionnaires that we need to ask in the interview because of this pandemic and the changes it made. We would say why we need a career in hospitality industry. There are, I would say, in my experience, there are three major important things that I kind of understood. It is about passionate about people. This hospitality industry is full of interesting people, colleagues, clients, visitors, suppliers, vendors, you name it, they have it. Because you will have a chance to work with customers and colleagues from a wide range of cultures and different horizons, right? And the second thing is passionate about helping others. The main objective of a hotelier, say for example, you go to any hotel, you will always see how the staff are behaving with you. You know, at the end of the day, they want to please you. They want to make you happy and make you stay in safe and healthy and enjoyable one, making sure they are enjoying their stay, feeling at home, right? At the end of the day, you feel content and rewarded that you participated, or you got a chance to make someone smile, and that is really really unforgettable thing. So that is passionate about helping others. And the other thing, passionate about movement. I think just now DJ mentioned that I started as a coffee maker, which is true. 4 years back, almost like 4.5 years back, I started with Tim Hortons in in Mohawk College in Hamilton, in Ontario. I i was told to make a coffee, and I started from there my career. I moved from coffee maker to a food court supervisor, and the growth and the movement is inevitable. Like the movement will be always there. It is one of the industry, it never stops and never sleeps. It always moving, and because of that movement, you will also get to chance to see more possibilities. And there it is where the growth is always there is nothing like that. If you start as a coffee maker, doesn't it is not like that you are just a coffee maker after 4 years. No, if you have the right attitude, if you have a passion towards hospitality industry, you will definitely go forward. And I'm proudly say that I'm one of the best example for that, as my journey resembles the same, like passionate about moment, right? And other thing, the importance of smart certification. When actually DJ mentioned that he is going to do a smart certification program on hospitality industry, I felt really really happy at that time, because as an employer, I feel like there are some staff, there are some candidates who are lacking those startup skills. We need that startup skills to make them to engage in the work environment. And when I did some research, and when I gone through his content of how he's aligning the courses for the students, and I felt like this kind of course will definitely bridges the gap between the skills that we need and the skills that the industry requires. So I think it is like 40 hours course, I guess. So it equips with smart hospitality skills. That is for sure, because personally I have reviewed the content, and it was absolutely crisp and point to point where the industry needs, what industry needs exactly. And it is a fast paced learning, and it is a quick overall understanding. You'll get a quick overall understanding about hospitality and smart skills. And there are flexibility of learning, and most importantly, there is a chances of experiences industry experts. They will have all those experiences sharing with you, sharing with the students. And so that makes a lot of difference, I feel. So I think this is one of the best opportunity. That's what I feel. And on this note, I really thank DJ for giving this opportunity to be a part of this webinar. And in the last, I would like to mention, this is just my inner thought. To build a table, we need a carpenter. To build a house, we need a constructor, right? So in the same way, just like that, to build a person or a student or a working professional into a passionate career of hospitality industry, you need to have that passionate people to provide you the right skills. So that is the most important part, what I felt. And I really give my best wishes to DJ on this regards, to make sure that he'll excel in this courses. And DJ, don't forget just to give some references to me, because I need people who have some basic skills on housekeeping, so, and basic skills of hospitality industry as well. Thank you so much, DJ, for this opportunity. And if anybody have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.
Mute and speaker one. Yeah. Thank you so much, Thiru. That was really inspiring. And as I said in the beginning as well, I'm already inspired by your journey because I've seen you for the last 4.5 years. And what a great message. Be like a phoenix bird. The more you hit the ground, fly high, the more you bounce back. Great mission, correct? I think the forum is open for question and answers. And we have our first question here from Anu Mesto. And this is especially a question is for Thiru. You mentioned that you were recruiting new employees during the pandemic. Did you do this virtually, online, for example, interviews? In your opinion, can you assess a person's fit through online interviews well? Any challenges? That's over to you, Thiru, please. That question.
During pandemic, when we got to hire some staff, we did virtual interviews as well. And if you feel some confidence on the phone, like if they are the potential candidate, then we call for them for on-site interview as well. I know there are some lockdowns and all these things happened, but we took some utmost precautions to bring a new candidate on site and make sure they are wearing the complete PPE or when they are coming to the interview. And when we do the assessment, we will look for the basic skills. And as per your question, virtually, yes, we did virtually also, and we did in person also. I think, in your opinion, can you assess a person's fit through online interview as well? Yes. As I said, when we can get to know the person as soon as we hear their voice of tone and what the skill set is, because as an employer, we do a lot of interviews on phone as well. So when we talk to them, we'll have that understanding whether this candidate will be able to proceed to the face-to-face interview and all those. And any challenges? Yes, just now I mentioned there are so much of challenges that we faced during this pandemic, and we did our best. And we always try to hire people who have the basic skills. As I said, we need to have right attitude to learn. That's the only thing. If you have right attitude, doesn't matter. Even I don't expect you have 100% hospitality skills. Nobody does. We are all humans. We do mistakes. We learn. So if you have the right attitude to learn, if you have yes attitude, then you will learn and you'll excel in the industry. That's what I feel. Thank you for the question, though.
I hope that answers your question, Anu. That was a really nice question. And if sent the way Thiru explained, I would like to add something else just related to that question. To that, online interview is definitely one of the places that we are adapting at this point. But when you send the resume also, as an employer, we scan the resume for 7 seconds, and your resume makes the first impression whether you are the right candidate or not. Same way, when you go for the online interviews, with your voice tone, with your passion, we can sense it. As a hiring managers, we can definitely feel that yes, this is the right candidate. The spark, the click that happens, and that makes us feel happy that yes, here we go. And that's where the educator's job is, like mine, to make sure that my students are ready to face the challenges of industry, right? That's where we prepare our students, we prepare those potential hoteliers to face these interviews in a passionate and in a positive way, right? So thank you so much, Anu, for that question. I really appreciate that. Anybody else for any other question? You can type in the chat box, or you can ask question. You can just unmute yourself and ask question, definitely. I must say, considering the festive season and considering few registrations from Asian countries, and considering the time difference, we still have a great number, which is 25. That's amazing. And yeah, we have quite really good attendance for today's webinar. I'm really impressed. So I hope everybody is completely answered with their questions. And if they have any questions, please feel free to send your questions to me. So definitely, just to give you a brief idea what exactly this whole purpose of introducing these two smart programs and everything, as all three speakers said, there is a great opportunity for the passionate hoteliers to make use of this current pandemic situation and keep upgrading yourself. If you're already a hotelier, there is no harm in polishing your skills. There is no harm in upgrading your skills. And that's the whole purpose to introduce these two smart programs. The first smart program is in hospitality management, which gives you insight of the whole hospitality industry, considering the focus on three major areas, which is front office, food and beverage service, and housekeeping. And those skills will definitely lead you to a successful career path. And the second one, I think Dr. Sonali Zadav should mention about the being opportunist in this situation. People are complaining about Corona, but there are some people, in fact, more people who have made most out of this situation by starting small businesses. Correct? So my second program, it focuses on developing or giving you the skill set of starting your own small business, or maybe developing your entrepreneurship skills. Thoughts are there in your mind, in your brain, but people are scared to enter into business industry. People have ideas, but they don't have the right skill supported to execute those ideas into the business, right? So our second program can help you to be an entrepreneur, be a business owner, right? It's only 40 hours program, 8 hours per week. That makes it 5 weeks. If you are working already, you can still attend this course once a week. If you are a student, definitely you can join our program. And of course, the faculties would be industry experts, and it's suitable for any working professional or student. And affordable fee is only $749 for any of the program that you choose for. We are taking applications online. Please visit our website www.infinityschoolhospitality.ca and click on apply now, and you can enroll for any of our program. I will be very happy to hear your feedback about today's webinar. You can leave us our review on Google, and as well as you can email us your review on our website. And on this note, I want to wish everybody a very happy and prosperous Diwali once again. And I want to thank you all my three guest speakers, Dr. Sonali Zadav, for her time and expert advice and throwing some light on this. Mr. Alan Turner for his leadership through his working pattern and everything, and sharing his experience with us today. And my third speaker, Mr. Thirubude, for sharing his inspirational journey with us. On this note, I would like to thank you all the three speakers, and I must say thank you to audience. Because of them, we are very happy to have our webinar today. I must say that this is our first webinar. Stay tuned for upcoming webinars as well. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.